Uppercut, uppercut, sonic boom! Well, hello there, humans and Earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing it, whoever you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it too. Welcome back to channel. I'm Bushkin. Today's video is the VSS buff that no one really talked about. I don't know if I'm living in some kind of crazy world or if I've just woken up and smelt what the Rock was cooking, but I went and checked all the weapons. I do this randomly, like every couple of months. I go and do all the rates of fire on the weapons to make sure nothing's sped up or slowed down. And everything was copacetic. Everything was 100% on the level apart from one weapon. This little thing here, the VSS. The VSS is the subsonic monster gun that does 333 meters a second, but absolutely does it with style and panache. So it used to fire at the same rate as an M416 and had done for quite some time, but that's 638 rounds per minute. But the last check came up with a 714 round per minute VSS, which is actually a huge buff. It's a massive buff. I'm not certain if it's an intentional buff. I'm not certain if I've missed out on a patch note somewhere. I mean, there's a lot of stuff goes on in the world. I do a lot of numbers. Everything starts to look the same. Time is a flat circle, all that. But that's like a 10% reduction in terms of rate of fire. And that's done something crazy to the VSS. It's turned it into a really fast time to kill weapon. Like, it used to be particularly bad at hot drops and things because it had 10 rounds in the clip and nothing else, and it was slow, and it's been buffed and buffed. And now it's 42.9 base damage, and its rate of fire is at 714 rounds a minute, and that's really quick. A UMP has 42.8 base damage, and its rate of fire is 706 rounds a minute. So the VSS actually fires faster than a UMP and has ever so slightly more damage on it, which means that you get a time to kill of 0.252 seconds on a level 2 vest. That's very, very quick. That is proper crate drop levels of damage that you saw on the initial opening sequence of this wonderful, wonderful piece of cinematography. I'm going to run into two guys and I'm going to clear them with a one-click VSS. That is a very strong CQC weapon. It is very strong. And it's not the kind of gun that I'd run alone on purpose, but it means that if you run this thing as your switch weapon, your secondary weapon, your long-range weapon, then it will knock people the hell out quite comfortably in CQC. It's got a very, very slow round. So if you're coming up against M416s and such, like you're going to see here, you've got to be extraordinarily careful. If you're repeating the same spots, I mean, especially if you're on the kind of ping that I regularly play on NA these days, it gets up quite comfortably to 200. This is on Asia, so I'm on 120. These guys are on a lot less than that. It can be difficult. And I got to say, where it really excels is if you're going to run solos or something. Oh, look at this old footage from Rapunzel's Tower. Miss it. If you were going to run solos or something along those lines, the VSS would be one of my go-to weapons right now. You could be stealthy in a solo situation. You could have a second full auto weapon in case you get double teamed, or in one of those situations late game where you got to pre-fire a lot. And it's just got a lot going for it. The negative on the VSS, as always, is that it doesn't have access to 9s late game. Not a lot of people run 9mm late game, so it's another reason why I think you're better off doing it solo. When you're playing in squads, you can go through a lot of 9mm trying to fight one squad or multiple targets from one squad, and that means that you're always on the hunt for 9s. You're always running out of 9s, and it becomes very, very difficult to maintain any kind of, oh, hello, this is me live. Oh, I remember this. Repeat. Didn't expect that, did you, buddy? I thought that was funny. Gave myself a clap, a round of applause. Well done, Bushka. You're the best. Yeah, stick that in your M416. That's right. Stick that in your M416. Anyway, that's the VSS. It's a hell of a weapon. I've done a whole video on this thing on how to use the scope, the sight on the VSS, but I'll put a link to that video in the description below, and that will take you through everything you need to know about the scopes and stuff. But most people already know that stuff. I just wanted to make sure that you all knew about the new rate of fire, and that maybe if you're tossing up whether to run this or something else, you should look back at the VSS and just give yourself a hearty slap on the bum and say, hey, guys, it's time to run the VSS. Let's get with the new meta and do bad things to good people. Run 2 of them like this, so you can just shred people that have AKs. I'm Bushka. Thanks for watching. Look after yourselves, and as always, stay safe on the battlefield. Bye for now.